Recording. Morning, guys. Thanks for hopping on with us today. Coach Rhoades will start with an opening statement, then we'll take questions. Just hit the raise your hand button, okay?
Yeah, just right back at it today. Just ran into a buzzsaw last night, and just unfortunately, you go through games like that, and you can't get out of it until it's over. And we got to move on from it. We got to learn a lot from it, but move on from it. We got 15 Big Ten games left. Lots of great opportunities for us, and I believe in these guys. Ran into a very good Illinois team on the road, and now we got to recover from it and be ready to go for Oregon on Sunday.
Mason, first question.
Oh, George, I know you mentioned last night that you're going to get Ace checked out this morning. Have you heard anything back about Ace's back?
No, we're going through that right now, Mason. So just he's with the docs right now as I'm talking, and we'll go from there.
Go ahead, Will.
Coach, we got to see Javin Carter a lot last night, and how have you seen him develop as a ball handler so far this season?
Yeah, ball handling, I have no concern with Will. I mean, he handles the ball. I mean, he's played that position his whole life and played with pretty decent pace and it made a couple of nice plays. It's just, it's a huge adjustment for freshmen and to play those minutes and all that stuff. He's just got to continue to learn and get better. I love his approach and attitude. He's open to everything, and you got to get thrown in the fire to get tougher and to figure it all out. And we threw him in the fire in a hot place last night, but he's coming around and he's getting more aggressive is what we need from him. And it just when somebody goes down, next man up. Nobody, there's no asterisks next to the game. You got to figure it out. That's part of being a backup point guard, a freshman point guard. When you get called on, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go.
Mason.
Speaking of your freshman coach, the way the game went allowed Miles Goodman to get some extended minutes. So obviously he's working back with his condition, which is super challenging. But what did you kind of see from him in that extended time period?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has given us good minutes since he's been back. Right now, can we increase some of those? That will help Yannick. That will, of course, help his growth for sure. And it's the biggest thing. He missed 6 months, so it's just everything is coming at him really fast, Mason. That's where he's just got to continue to absorb it all and learn from it, and we got to help him with that. But he's battling. He's battling. That's all I've asked him to do, and you can see some of his skills start showing up at times. So he's just got to continue to keep feeling good about what he's doing and getting better and better.
Now, I apologize, Chelsea.
Go ahead.
Now I understand, after a close loss against Indiana and then a loss against Illinois, what has kind of been the message to your team, or at least what the players have shown to you as you guys get ready to continue this road trip?
Yeah, when you have moments like this during season, right, and stretches, whatever you want to call it, you gotta rely and you gotta fall back on your training and your habits and the trust of what we have. And I thought both games, even though we played hard, there were times where that's not what we do. And sometimes, even last night, when the score gets out of hand, I'm going to go do this. I got to do this. And that makes it even harder and harder. And those are the lessons you learn brutally, the hard way. And, the game at the Palestra against Indiana, we were fighting uphill and fighting the game. And we were figuring things out, made it a one possession game. Last night was complete opposite. Good start. And then the wheels fell off. And instead of us trusting what we do, we fought it even harder, and then then it's a blitzkrieg. Then they take off, and those are the moments that you got to learn from and go from there.
Joe.
Hey, Mike. Apologies if you already touched on this before I hopped on, but do you anticipate having Ace or Puff in the lineup against Oregon?
Joe, I don't know that. When I'm done here, I'm going to meet with our trainer and our doc. One's being evaluated as we're speaking here, so I do not know that. Their health and wellness is number one. So when I know something, you guys will know it.
And just to follow up on that, just not having Puff in the lineup last night, how do you think that affected the game at all? Like, obviously, it was a really tough game, but
Yeah, no, I mean, we need him. I mean, he's a rock of what we do, and his toughness and his ability around the rim, and shooting. He hasn't shot it well lately, but he's been, that's another threat for us. And just look, a fifth-year guy, an older guy that's been through all the battles, that's played road games like that, that always helps. But, other teams have hit injuries too. Joe, you got, I always say next man up mentality, and when we get them back, we'll be even better. And we need those guys back, but we got to make sure they're healthy.
Mason?
As you're preparing to kind of go through practice, coach, who are some guys that could probably see or get some more minutes or even minutes at all if Puff and or Ace are unable to go the next game or two?
Yeah, we'll play smaller with Nick and Zach. If Puff can't go, we'll play that way. Both of those guys know how to do that. Kachi's back from his injury. He was on a minutes restriction yesterday, so hopefully that'll be lifted here in the next day or two. So we'll be able to get him back. He's going to have to give us valuable minutes if Puff is out. And then Miles, and we'll play Miles more and all that stuff. So, and then the guards just got to step up. We gotta do it by army. That's sort of our mentality. Next man up. All right, who's at the front of the line? Let's go. So when there's injuries or when you're having a tough stretch, they don't slow the season down or cancel days. It's the other way around. You got to step up and you got to get after it.
Any other questions for Coach? All right. Thank you, everyone.
Guys, all right. See you Sunday. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.